see if we can see if.
Think that's a happy crowd down there?
Oh,
some happy, some sad in that group. Here we go, another shot
play.
at it. And here comes Freddie Query, and Query gets up under Barfield, spins him around, and then Rich Bickle comes along and tags Barfield as well, and then everybody else behind goes scrambling for cover, and the white flag is waving on that lap, so that sets up the last lap run for Jeff Purvis to come around and get the checkered flag. And just a great afternoon for racing here at Five Flag Speedway. You know, it was just like this last year. We saw exactly the same sort of finish when Tammy Jo Kirk won the event last year. It gets down to that last 10 or 12 laps, and then, you know, you hang on and you do the best you can do, and certainly Jeff Purvis knew what he had to do.
Well, that's like I said, you know, it was 5 laps to go. I mean, all the rules are out the window, all the strategies, all the tire planning and the fuel planning. This is why I'm here. This is why you become a racer. And you live for moments like that, especially I'm sure Jeff knowing he had a good race car.
Yeah, we want to get down there as quick as we can to Jeff and find out just exactly what he was thinking about on those last couple of laps. And we want to take a moment also to thank Hooters for sponsoring today's event, and Jackaroo, Naturally Fresh, all of the great sponsors that we've had throughout the year with this series. Bob Brooks and his staff, Lynn Goff, Larry Robinson, all of the USA Racing folks have done a great job. Terry Spears here at the racetrack, and let's get down there to the man who I know is real tickled right now. Let's go down to Doug Rice with our winner.
Twice Jeff Purvis has had to settle for being the bridesmaid here at this particular race in Pensacola. The Snowball Derby has eluded you. You've been the bridesmaid 2 times, once third. Today you get to walk down the aisle and take the vows and go home with the check. I know it's real special for you, Jeff.
Well, it really is. You know, this is a race we've come to so many times right here and come up short, and we've had dominant cars. I don't know if they were quite as good as this one, but I've had some good race cars right here and gone home with my head hung down. And you know, James Finch gave me a race car right here, and this Phoenix racing crew, it was awesome. I mean, I just had to sit out there and do my job all day and not hit anything. And, you know, this is a big race right here. I think they had like 75 cars trying for this race. And
sit down
look at the crowd right here and see that it's a pretty good event.
I know it had to be particular to win it. You've been on the pole, you've been so close before, and there at the end, it seemed like everything in the world was happening. You'd pull out and you'd get a nice lead, and here'd come the yellow again just to make it close.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay, you know, if you're good, you know, there's nothing you can do but just sit out there and ride it out. And heck, we needed the money this time. It's getting close to Christmas. All of us about broke, so it turned out well.
Well, Santa ought to be pretty good at your house. They pay a big paycheck for winning this race. There at the end, you and Ron Barfield really made this thing exciting, but you kept it clean over the last 5 laps.
Well, I think I tore off a front fender, and he might have tore off his whole front end right there. I don't know. You know, them last 5 laps, it's winter's coming up, and anything goes, and heck, we can fix these things back. It's just you know, it was a good day. Nobody got hurt, and we had a good time.
So for Jeff Purvis, twice he has been ever so close to winning the Snowball Derby here in Pensacola. Today he takes the checkered flag, and with the check that comes with it, it looks like Santa Claus will be coming to town at Jeff Purvis's place. Let's go back upstairs.
All right, Doug, thanks very much. And Jeff Purvis, a great win for him this afternoon. I think Mark Allen also is down there in the midst of the hoopla, looking for some more accolades of this particular event. Let's go down to Mark Allen.
Well, Santa Claus may be stopping over at Jeff Purvis's car, but here is a driver who had tenacity written all over the side of his race car, aside from a few tire marks, Rick Crawford. Rick, I've done so much yelling down here in the pits, I'm just about hoarse, but what an incredible run for you. I don't think people realize on the lead lap at the finish, you made up laps twice.
Yeah, we drove our heart out all day. It's been a comment to the Circle Bar Motel and RV Park, Hogan Lumber Company, John A. Holiday team, and we just kept digging all day. We was 21st start, and we got a flat tire early, although we had the fastest car in the field in qualifications, but it just happened to come on the second day. And anyway, we tried running up front all day, and we used up one set of tires getting our lap back, and Ray Stonkus put some more tires on the car, Jimmy Hogan, and we just drove our butts off all day and put some pressure on Jeff, and was able to have a shootout there at the end. And I'm fortunate to this team, and my hat's off to them, and I really appreciate Hooters coming home here to Pensacola for me. We passed winter here, and really appreciate that, and everything they had a boost for the Snowball Derby.
Rick, if there had been a few more laps, do you think you had anything at all for Jeff?
No, I have to concede the win there. We did all we could. I think we had the second best car today at times there toward the end, but I think half the race, I think we probably had the best car because, like you see, we had to pass Jeff twice during the day, and we just didn't have enough left for the third time.
Well, Rick Crawford, if you can be happy with the second place, Pat, he's happy with runner-up today.
Satisfied.
Satisfied.
Not happy, but satisfied. There's a smile there. Christmas coming early, too.
And we're pretty satisfied with a great performance down there on the pit road by you guys as well. Congratulations to Rick Crawford, a great second place finish. We got some more housekeeping to do here at Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida. We're going to come back and talk with the man behind the Hooters Racing Series. Stick around, everybody. We'll take a commercial break, back with more of the 28th annual Hooters Snowball Derby right after this. And welcome back to the 28th annual Snowball Derby. It's in the books, folks. Jeff Purvis has given the Phoenix construction team their first ever Snowball Derby win, and many memories, I'm sure, in the last lap dash between Rick Crawford and Jody Ridley, and just a super finish to a great afternoon of racing here at the Snowball Derby. Joining me up in the booth right now is the worldwide wing commander for the Hooters restaurant chain, and probably their biggest fan when you get right down to it, or certainly a fan of racing, Robert Brooks. Bob, it's a it's a great pleasure to have you here, and I gotta pick on you a little bit now because you had a real busy schedule this afternoon, and I know that you were going to try to maybe get out of here a little bit early this afternoon, but when you saw the race that was going on out there, you couldn't even leave, could you?
Pat, what a race. I couldn't ask for anything better. I was going to leave, but I've enjoyed the whole afternoon. I couldn't believe it's been 3 hours already, you know, and I'm still here.
It really was a great event. Had a great crowd here, and I know that Hooters restaurant chain is local here in Pensacola. There's some of your stores here, and you know, the real winner here, though, I think this afternoon was the race fans, don't you think?
I really think so. I think the people had one of the best races I've seen this year.
Bob, you've got a lot of activities coming up next year, 1996. Of course, it all kicks off down in Lakeland in February. Tell us a little bit about what that's all about as far as the opening for the Hooters Cup season.
Well, Pat, we're having what we call a Speed Fest in Lakeland, Florida. It's about an hour south of Daytona. This is during Speedway. It's Saturday and Sunday night. So a lot of fans have nothing to do Saturday and Sunday night. Drive about an hour south to Lakeland International Speedway, USA International Speedway. We'll have ASA racing and USA racing. There'll be a race Saturday night and Sunday night.
And that kicks off your season next year, which will include, I guess you said 20 events, and did I hear this right, a $500,000 point fund?
That's correct. We'll have over $500,000 next year.
You had great response this year, and I know that you're a guy that's a hands-on guy. You like to go down in the pits, and you like to talk to the people. You like to see what's going on. Did you hear all the comments, the positive things that you wanted to hear that really gives you the reason to believe that you were successful this year with the series itself?
We were successful beyond our wildest dreams this year, and we've had a real good time with it, and to talk to all the fans, you know, and all the racers, and everybody's happy. We just want to do, you know, make it bigger and better and be good for racing. That's all we're trying to do. You know, we're in this for promotion, and our customers are the race fans out here.
Well, certainly Hooters has been in the news quite a bit over the past few weeks, and I think it's interesting that there's so many people that are aware of the restaurant chain and aware of the racing series. And I know that as I went through the pits and talked to people about what they were going to do next year, they were just so complimentary of the fact that there's this opportunity, that you filled a void that was there. And I think combined with the great series that NASCAR has with All Pro, what ASA has together, and what you guys have together, you guys have given short track racing. You're going to make some guys rich is what you're going to end up doing.
Well, I don't know about that. We want our fans to have fun out there and our customers to have fun. And I want to say something else. So, you know, we don't know what we're going to do in NASCAR next year. We're not going out, you know, for just leaving that. We're going to do some things. We don't know exactly what right now. A lot of things up in the air. You know, Jeff Purvis is our driver in NASCAR this year for the Jack Rue barbecue sauce. Known him for a long time. But, you know, we're going to be around in NASCAR, and this is something to help racing out, and it's not in any way to be anything in competition to it.
One thing